When looking at the opioid crisis, many people focus on the impact it has on public health, social and economic welfare, and the criminal justice system. But the people who are often forgotten are also the most painfully affected, the family of an addict.
Come here, Ellie.
Meet Jenny and Tommy Streeter. She's a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. Her son Tommy, a brother and loving uncle.
We're normal people. We're your subdivision neighbor. We buy cookies from your children.
But like millions of other Americans, their story isn't as simple as it may seem. Tommy is a recovering addict.
What it was doing for me was kind of just like numbing everything. Whatever it was that I was so uncomfortable with about myself, I didn't worry about it when I would get high.
He had early experiences with recreational drugs, but the real problem came when a doctor prescribed him painkillers for a football injury. By the time he was 16, Tommy was hooked.
I kept failing drug tests at school, telling myself, like, okay, I'm going to stop now, and I couldn't.
When he left school, he followed a familiar path and graduated to heroin.
I was going to do whatever I had to in order to get it, things that I would not ever have even considered doing if it wasn't for that.
Tommy became an expert at hiding his addiction, but eventually his dad started noticing the warning signs and confronted him. His first trip to rehab quickly followed.
I thought, this is, we've got it. And we didn't have it, not even close.
A few days later, Jenny's worst nightmare came true while visiting Tommy at rehab.
All of a sudden I hear somebody scream from downstairs. They're in the bathroom and the door's locked. And he and another patient were overdosed on the floor.
Tommy survived, but his brush with death and love of his family weren't enough to keep him clean. He spent the next several years in and out of jail and rehab, overdosing multiple times along the way.
I was prepared to bury him. I was. I had to be, because at any second that call was going to come, and I knew it. So I was prepared.
While I'm, doing all the stuff that I'm doing, she's the one that has to deal with it. I'm not dealing with it because I'm getting high and ignoring it because I don't know how to deal with it.
Eventually, Jenny made the heart-wrenching decision to cut off the man that was once her baby.
I knew that if I helped him anymore, what I was going to do is help him kill himself, and I couldn't live with that.
Moving forward, Tommy struggled, going through phases of homelessness and sleeping in his car. He eventually came back home, asking for another try.
And I said, the only place you can go is rehab, and I'll take you right now. And he said, okay. And there was just this look in his eyes that wasn't there before.
This time, his 7th time in rehab, it worked. 15 months later, Tommy is still clean and sober and now works at a rehab facility full-time, helping others get to where he is now.
Life is better now than I ever imagined it could be. And the reason that I do what I do now is to hopefully get to people before they get to that point that I was at, before they have to go through everything that I went through. There is help and there's hope, and we are both living proof of that.
And I'm thankful that we're on this side of it, but many people aren't. If I could just talk to one mom and say, you know what, I understand, I get it. I know I can't help you, I can't fix it for you, I couldn't fix it for my own son, but I understand, and let's talk. That's what I can do.
Jenny is now putting that desire into action, working with other moms to begin a support group here in Fort Wayne. Tomorrow on First News, we'll bring you more details about the group and introduce you to one of those moms whose story has a different ending. In the meantime, you can read more details about the Streeter story of addiction and recovery on Wayne.com. Just look for it on the homepage. In Studio 15, Michael Kuhn, Wayne 15 News.